everybody. I just today wanted to do a simple video on different types of sights for your handguns. And on the table here I have a few different things for people that are beginners and just shooting. So let me set this up really fast. As far as sights go, you kind of have a few different options with sights. You have your standard sights, which, as you can see on this Glock 19 Gen 3, these are just standard sights. There's no luminescent, no glow in the dark, no anything. It's just basically you look down and you shoot. Okay? Then you have other options. You have what's called fiber optics. Okay? And then you have tritium night sights. Tritium actually lasts for 12-13 years on an average, and they will glow in the dark, as you can see. And that's what you get at nighttime. This one actually glows too as well at nighttime. This one is part fiber optic with tritium inserts. So what that means is, in the daylight, as you can see, you get a nice glow, but at nighttime they will glow just enough for you to see them in the dark. The front one as well. Then over here you have just fiber optic sights. These are Williams fiber optic sights on the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. This came with just little black nubs. I didn't like it, so I replaced them with a sight pushing tool. A lot of people will tap those out. I don't like to do that because you can mar up your sights. So I bought a sight pushing tool. I'll show that in another video. But these do not glow at night. And as you can see, with no light or low light applications, you don't see nothing. But as you can see right now, in the light, they look great. So that's kind of what you get right there. So these are great for shooting outside, especially in daylight. You get a nice glow to them. This comes with kind of greenish sights. Okay, these are called luminescent sights. I'm going to turn the light down a little bit. If you hit these with a flashlight or a cell phone light and you go into the dark, look how bright these are. And these are luminescent or luminary sights. These don't come standard on a lot of guns, but this is nice to have in case. It's better than nothing. Now this is the HK-VP9. This gun comes stock with luminary sights, or it comes with night sights from a company called MePro Light. When I ordered this gun, it was supposed to have the MePro lights on it, but it did not, and it was supposed to have three magazines included, and it did not. So the package I purchased, which was from Academy as well, was wrong. At the time I went up there, they told me everything was in the box. I got home and got screwed over once again, but that's my own fault for not checking the box. I had purchased one thing online and got another thing in the store, but it was a Christmas special and I got a good deal on this gun and I love it. I'm a left-handed shooter, so having the left-handed features on this gun I really like. So this is luminary, and you can see these are still lit. One of the things about the luminary sights is, say you put your light on there, in a self-defense situation it's kind of hard, but if you have this next to your bed and you have a flashlight next to you and you hit it with the flashlight, you've got 15 minutes, supposedly according to them. I find you've got about a good 5 to 8 minutes in reality before they start dimming. And it doesn't matter if you hold it on for 60 seconds or 10 seconds, it's still only going to last that amount of time. But if you look at these next to these, which are both night sights, you can see these are glowing a little bit. But you see the difference in brightness? These are about 10 times brighter, if not more, than the actual night sights are at night. And I'll turn down the light just a little bit more in here so you guys can see the actual illumination. There's a lot of good companies out there like TFO, TFX. I have an XDM. Give me 1 second, I'll get it. I came ill-prepared for this video, but this XDM came with those fiber optic sights, And these are the TFOs. The TFOs I really like, and they also have the TFXs, which has a bright orange or a bright white circle in the front. But these were just fine for my application. This is on the Springfield XDM. And this is the 3.8 compact version, but it also comes with a bigger magazine, so you can get 20 rounds with one in the pipe. And this gun here is a combination of both. It has fiber optics for the daytime and luminescent at night with the tritium inserts in it. So these are the TFOs from TrueGlow. Really, really, really good sights. Now, I also have, these are from Trigicon over here. Trigicon makes night sights as well. And if you look, there's just white dots. I'll zoom out a little bit. So there's the white dots you get. Do the background there. Let's see. Focus. There we go. And the white dot itself is to help you adjust in the daytime. And then at nighttime, they glow as well. Now these are not as bright as the TFOs or the TFXs, as you can see. From my experience, these have been the brightest of all. When I got into buying night sights, I watched a dozen videos and I've purchased different ones, and I had good results and bad results. And at the time I bought some Mipro lights for the HK VP9 because it came with the luminaries, and they actually sent me the wrong ones for a different HK pistol. The ones they sent me were too small, but when I held them up next to these, they were so dim. I don't know if it was because the tritium inserts were just really, really old or what the issue was, but I didn't like them, so I returned them. But there are a few examples of what you can use on your concealed carry weapon. So when you're actually getting into firearms and shooting and so forth, you know, you have a lot of options out there. And before you go spending your hard-earned money, you know, you just check into, you know, what you're going to buy before you buy it. If not, you end up with something that you regret paying for. And when you spend $150 on a product, you hopefully get something that will make you happy in the end. But you can go with standard, you know, regular sights if that's what you prefer. If you feel like you need another application that's better for nighttime, you can go with, you know, standard sights that have a little bit of glow in them, or you can go with something that's really bright that has, you know, some night sight tritium or tritium for night sights, and you also have the luminescent from the light in the daytime. So these are great for both applications, for both day and night, and that's why I love these sights. These are probably my favorite out of all of them, even though I can adjust and adapt to each one. But once again, when you go to my everyday concealed carry gun, this one doesn't have the fiber optic built into it. Only the front sight does. And what that does is it gives you a bright dot in the front for a picture, for a sight picture, especially in the daytime. And like I said, worst case scenario, it gets dark, you do have your tritium inserts in there. So you get the best of both worlds. You know, whether you're carrying a SIG P238 for your everyday carry gun, or whether you're carrying a Springfield XDM, or whether you're carrying this or that. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you guys, this is actual replacement inserts for fiber optics. These do not glow in the dark. This is just, you snip them off and you can replace the colors and such if you have fiber optic sights. You can also buy powder, which I have off eBay, and mix this with water, and this powder will illuminate. And what I mean by that is, if you look at this stuff here, I don't really like the powder so much. So if you see the powder versus the actual, it's like a polish or a nail polish or a paint, I would prefer this one. As you can see, it's already glowing. So what you can do is you can take some of this with a toothpick and stick it inside of the holes of your gun. So say if you got something like the original Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, this one came with standard sights. You could put little drips in here, and inside of those drips, once they dry, you have to have the gun, you know, in a good position. And I've done this with a few firearms. My wife has a Taurus G2 PT111, was her first handgun, and it didn't have night sights. And at the time I was carrying around the HKV P9, and by putting this stuff inside of your sights, especially if you have little pockets in your sights, all you have to do is add that light like I showed you earlier, and it will glow like this. If I take the light and turn it out right now and hit this gel, that's what you get. It glows. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. Shoot straight, shoot safe. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas the day after tomorrow. God bless you, and keep shooting. Stuff's crazy. It's still glowing. Oh my gosh.